white cane, and why would anybody have a white cane? Okay? You in the yellow shirt.
It's supposed to be about blind people,
Mm-hmm.
the white cane is what
Get around. Okay, what else? What kind of message does the white cane send? Okay? How about you in the pink shirt here? No? Okay, think about it, okay? The other girl in the pink shirt, right there. Shows them where to go and guides them. Very good. What about for us? If we see a person with a white cane who can see, or drivers even, if drivers are driving down the road and there's a person at a crosswalk with a white cane, what kind of message does the white cane send? The black shirt with the turning toward it? I can't hear you. Very loud. Yeah, so it basically tells them, right, that pay attention, this person cannot see, you have to be careful around them. They have the right of way. So anyways, white cane, a lot of people think if somebody has a white cane, that's a tragedy, that it's a disaster. And I want to ask my friends here, after I introduce them, is why do we celebrate white cane? What is there to celebrate about having a white cane, okay? But before we do that, I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves real quick.
I am Brandon Humphries. Second. I live with my mom, Mrs. Humphries, the counselor of the school, my dad, and my older brother, Andrew.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Lots of different things. Mostly running for Navy. Hi, I am Duke. I am in second grade. I live with my mom and dad and my sister, Skyly. And I want to be a car fixer when I grow up.
Hello, I am Zachary. My name is Zachary, and I live with my family, and I like baseball. Does anybody else like baseball? Yeah?
My name is Tara Briggs, and I have been blind since birth, and I live with my husband and our 2 daughters. Oh, thank you. And this is my seeing eye dog named Prudence. I don't know that she can be seen very well. Can everybody see Prudence? That's Prudence.
Can't follow that one up. I am Kurt Manwaring. Let's see, I live in Provo with my girlfriend. I have been blind since I was born, and I really like computers. I've worked a lot with computers, and I think computers are very fun.
By the way, Kurt used to be a student in Alpine School District, so woo, woo, woo. And he learned how to use a white cane with Scotty and Duke's teacher, and Brandon's teacher, and Andrew's teacher, with Miss Jelaine. And he is so proficient at using his cane that keeps him safe. So anyway, the question was, what is there to celebrate about White Cane Day? Okay, Kurt, you're up.
All right. Well, I think there's a lot to celebrate because it's like having eyes if you're blind. Don't you all like having eyes? Right? So you know what I did with my white cane? Last summer, I took a train by myself and went all around the country and went to different cities and would just like stay in a city I've never been for a day and then go to a new city. And I could not have done that without my white cane.
For me, what I celebrate about White Cane Day is being independent, and the tool that I have used, like using is my seeing eye dog Prudence, and Prudence is my third seeing eye dog. So I have been using seeing eye dogs for 23 years.
Just like her, I also like to travel, so I also love to celebrate independence with my white cane and walk around to wherever I can go because I can, and it can help me get around and find the different obstacles that come in front of me.
What I like celebrating is that my cane helps me to like know what things are. Like, for example, if I'm about to bump my head into a door, my cane kind of sends me a message by hitting it first. Yeah.
I celebrate White Cane Day for all the people that can see and the people that are blind, because some stuff can be dangerous for them. So
Many types of people have invented things for the blind to help make life easier for them. But did you know that there's many blind people who invented a lot of cool things to serve blind people, to make life easier for them? Okay? So my next question is going to be, what is a skill that you worked really hard to learn that sighted people might think, oh, that is totally impossible for a blind person to do, but you worked at it and you worked at it and you learned how to do it? Okay? I'm going to start with Duke this time.
Buckling my seatbelt. Ever since I was ever since I was born, I would have asked my mom, dad, or my sissy to help buckle myself, and then I would be just fine. But one day, my dad was mad that I didn't learn how to buckle my seatbelt when I was 7. So now he's made me come out to Ben's mom and Ben's car and practice a couple times a day. And I thought, oh, this is really gonna be stressful. But then, one day, I think I was out with Mom in her car. My dad was working, and then I got the hang of it. So ever since, I have been good at using it, buckling and unbuckling my seatbelt, especially in Mom's car, because there's a little space in between the seats.
That is really great too. Great work at it. I'm not going to have time to ask everyone each of their questions, so I'm just going to pick some people. So I'm going to pick Zach this time.
Do you guys like food? I like to cook. I learned a couple of years ago starting to how to cook because I moved away from family when I was in college, and I didn't know how to cook for myself that much. So I learned how to make things like pizza, cake, or just sandwiches. A lot of things. Food is good. So I love how I learned how to cook.
My question for Zach is, are you afraid of using sharp knives when you cook?
No is the right answer. I used to be afraid, but that's because I didn't know how to use one with no vision. So I have learned how to use a knife without vision, and I mean, it's kind of fun sometimes.
Show us all 10 of your fingers and let's check if that is true. He's got them all. All right. Miss Farah, I know that you're a cook too. Are you afraid of using the oven for hot things in your kitchen?
No, it's just learning the proper techniques on how to handle them. And so with ovens, I always like to use oven mitts. And with the stove, one of the important techniques that you have as a blind person is you always want to double check that the stove is lit before you turn it on.
Okay, I have a question for Duke here. Duke is a pro at using his white cane, and he wanted to show you the different parts of the cane, and maybe you can show us a little bit how you use it, Duke.
So this is the hook of my cane right at the top. This is the grip of the cane right where I'm holding, and that's how I use the cane. This is the shaft towards the bottom of the cane. There's these little things where I can hold it. And right at the very bottom is a tip, but it's dirty, so I can't touch it. But I use the cane like this. I hold the grip, and then this flat part, and sweep left and right.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to ask Miss Farah, who has Prudence, the guide dog, was it hard to learn to trust a dog to lead you around? I mean, after all, it's just a dog, right? And did you have to work at it to learn your guide dog skills?
Who here has read Harry Potter? Clap your hands in cheer. If you haven't read the book, who's seen the movie? Yeah, awesome. Okay, so for me, my first time, I have worked with 3 different guide dogs. And my first time working with my first guide dog, holding onto that harness and telling her to go forward was like Harry Potter riding a broomstick. It was an absolute crush, and I loved it that moment. But when I was about your guys' age, I remember pretending our family pet was my guide dog, so I knew I wanted to have one as soon as I could. There's definitely a learning curve, learning that the dog stops at the stairs. The dog will help me find things, like I can tell her to go outside, or she also has a skill called intelligent disobedience. So if I tell her to go somewhere that isn't safe, she will obey me, but she will disobey me. So if we're crossing a street and there's a quiet car that's going in front of us and I don't hear it and she sees it, she will not cross the street until it's actually safe for us to go.
Okay, so what is the difference between just a pet dog? How many of you guys have dogs at home? Ooh, a lot of you. I have one too. So what is the difference just a pet dog that's at home and Prudence, who is a guide dog? And does she ever get to play?
So Prudence, when she has her harness on, She's a working dog, so when a dog is working, we don't pet him or talk to him. And when I take her harness off, she turns into the family pet. She loves to run around and play ball with the kids, and when she gets too old to work, she's gonna live with us and be my family pet. She and my kids really enjoy playing together. She's just a regular family pet until she goes to work, and then she's my guys.
Awesome, thank you. My final question is going to be for these guys, and then we might be able to open it up to your questions. Is what are some things that you guys enjoy doing? What can blind people do for fun? Kurt.
Well, I really like playing computer games, and blind people can actually play computer games because a lot of them, instead of looking at the screen, if they're built the right way, you can hear the sounds, and that's how you know what's happening. I also really love reading and making music on my computer.
This is Tara, and I'm a flutist. I love to play the flutes, and I love to read and listen to podcasts, and I love to spend time with my husband and my 2 girls.
I like to run. I usually go running with a couple of friends who can also work as a guide to let me know if I don't, so that way I don't run into anything. But running has always been fun for me.
I basically live on my phone. I know blind people think, hey, blind people cannot use a phone. It's too much for people to see. Well, have you ever heard of Siri? Siri kind of helps me, whenever I ask her, for an example, hey Siri, blah, blah, blah. And she just does it for me. Without, sometimes she disobeys me and I get frustrated. But I've been learning how to use this new app on your phone called VoiceOver. If you have VoiceOver, everyone has VoiceOver on their phones. It's an app. I bet blind people can use it because if you tap something on your phone, it would click or beep, and it would tell you what you click.
Brandon.
Blind people, if you have if you have vision loss, here is something funny. I am blind, but I have vision loss. So blind people can read, and all of you have heard of this. And a lot of blind people actually learn it because they can't see, so they can't read regular books. So they learn something called braille. And if they like to read and they find or someone makes them read the correct book, they can read in their feeling parts of their hands. And here's actually how you read the braille.